When I decided to make this video, I chose to speak from the heart. People often ask me, what's up with the name Good Tidings and where did it come from? Well, there's an amazing story to tell. My father was in the plumbing business, ran a company out of his home. He raised 7 children and his goal was to keep a roof over our heads and to feed his family. My dad was my hero and I would follow my dad around the house. He never hired anybody, so he would always figure out how to fix things himself. And he said later in life that if he turned around, he would bump into me trying to help him. I decided to go into my own business quite by accident. I had been working on a couple of side jobs, working for a company that had 200 people and it shrank to about 60. And I had gotten my plumbing license, so I figured I'd go into business and give it a try. I made every mistake possible. It was really hard at first. The moment I knew I was a success was when a customer asked me, "Are you a franchise?" And I was and they were so surprised. I was just a sole operator. I'd like systems, procedures, and they were impressed with the uniforms, the carpets, the paperwork, and they were blown away that I was a one-man shop. I needed to hire good people that could do a job. So I quickly opened up a shop in Westfield and I built additional trucks and I interviewed people and I plugged in people because I knew they had technical skills. I had grown it for quite some time. It was about 18 years when I realized I really had something. You know, life was good. We were making plenty of money. I had a fantastic family and an awesome wife. Well, at some point I realized I made a mistake. I had made a huge mistake. I had hired people to do a job and to just plug them in to make some money. But I hired people that didn't share the same values as me. I saw some character flaws in some of my people and that their character didn't match mine, and I mistakenly thought through example that they would perform and act like I would and do the right thing. I felt I had to protect my customers and I had to make some changes. I ended up letting 4 technicians go in 4 months. Inside of that year, all employees that were on staff were no longer with me. I wanted positive, upbeat people. Well, I kept up with the demands of the business by moving my own personal money into my business account. I didn't draw a salary in my personal life for 7 months and our family lived off our savings. All the money had run out. It was really challenging. You know, I learned to shield my family by taking refuge in the shower and just, you know, learning how to pray. Little prayers at first, like, you know, God, could we just stay open for one more day, or just help me, Lord, help me. One day I was driving into work. It was a Sunday, and I was driving up the Parkway, going in to do a job interview. I was listening to a CD on the power of positive thinking, and something welled up inside of me, and I stopped the CD, and I said out loud in the car, even though I was by myself, "With God before me, who could stand against me?" And with that, raging goosebumps, ethereal feelings like I've never had before coursed through my body. But I knew it was something crazy and special. I'd never felt it before in my then 45 years of life. I remember going into work and picking up the phone and saying to my dear wife, Linda, "I think I just received God." But I felt invigorated. I was enthusiastic. I wanted to start over again. So I used every tool that I had, and I background checked, I drug checked, and I screened all new employees and made sure that I personally hired them, that I would train them, and I would coach them on a regular basis. Even though I had received the Spirit of God on the Parkway, my blessing wasn't over yet. I had one more technician left that I was hanging on to. He was a real money maker. But I caught him lying to a customer about a toilet of all things, just to make a toilet sale. And as a result, I sat him down, I took a very deep breath, and I turned it all over to God, and I just had to let him go too. And when I did, it was amazing. I was released from a nightmare that had its grips on me. I no longer would be beholden to unclean money, ill-gotten from dishonorable technicians. It was the last thing I had to clean up. I find it's very important to share from your heart because it's who I am. It's who I've been recreated to be. I've been transformed. The things that have happened to me primarily have happened at work. And I believe that God doesn't give you what you want, but who you are. And I've been always open to improving and getting to that next level. And I just think very strongly that I am truly blessed. Why the name Good Tidings? I know it's a crazy name for a plumbing, heating, and cooling company, but one night I asked a business question of God during the day, and at that night I went back to my Bible, and in Isaiah 40:9-11, as I read that, God placed in my heart the new company name. I wasn't looking for one. He just placed it there. It's that crazy, and it's that true. So now you know why at Good Tidings Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, your comfort is truly our calling. Thank you, and God bless.